I went live on this other page, and it's buffering. So I just came over to another page, click on live, and I'm live. Anyway, we got a weekly recap, okay? Yes, boo. Oh, I'm trying to do my hair. I'm trying to get vibe going here, but it just don't. I don't know. It just feel lopsided or something. Okay. Okay. So anyway, you guys, like I said, we got a weekly recap going, okay? And we got some people in the recap, okay, that I've already done a video on, like Tamar, Diddy, okay. I did a video on Giovanni Pelletier, okay. So there's new information that has come about since I've done a video on these people, okay. That's all that is. So we're going to recap. I'm just stalling so I can light my candles. I mean my smudge, so I can smudge. But and whatever else is included. Now I may do a video on the little baby Emmanuel. Haven't forgot about him. But what's going on is today they had him out in Moreno Valley, okay, in his jail uniform. And took him out there. And I'm like, Moreno Valley, I lived in Moreno Valley for 2 years, okay? So they got him out there. I guess, usually when they take the prisoner out there, he's guiding them to something, okay? And so I guess they said the little baby is found. And apparently the little baby has not been found. So we're going to look into that, okay? But see, that's what happens when you don't let them complete whatever it is they're completing, okay? You saw them taking him out there, okay? Oh, something must be up. Yeah, something must be up, okay? But y'all like putting up videos that Emmanuel has been found, and they haven't even said it on the news. Come to find out, he wasn't found. Now, what? He might have, after all this time, he may have forgotten exactly where he put that little boy, okay? But I tell you one thing, though. He did something to little baby Emmanuel, okay? He buried him. Put it to you like that. He just don't know where, but he buried him. Might have been a wild goose chase. I doubt it, though. Okay? See. So, we're going to look at, first on the docket, we're going to look at Tamar Braxton, okay? And Tamar, who has tweeted that she was woke up in a pool of blood with a broken nose and missing teeth, okay? Well, there's some talk about her possibly having an affair with Mandy's. Now, did they get married? Mendices and Mandy. I haven't been keeping up. I stopped watching that Love and Hip Hop ever since I realized that they were phony, okay, and making up stuff. Anyway, but they said that he was there, okay, and apparently she wanted to take the party home. Her, Mendices, and some other people, and then there it is there, okay? So we want to ask the cards, what can you tell us, okay, or update us on Tamar Braxton and what happened to her on Sunday, why she's missing teeth, okay, her nose is fractured, why she went home with Mendices, okay, Yandy's husband. Okay, what's going on? What has Tamar gotten herself into, in other words, okay? What do you want us to know about Tamar Braxton's situation, okay? Because there's a lot of rumors floating around, okay? Thank you for the thumbs up on this girl. And sounds like she's been in too many shenanigans, been crying wolf too many times, whatever you want to call it, but she's all up in the sauce. That's what it is. She's all up in the sauce. She need to be sticking with her sisters and minding her business, okay? But she's all up in the sauce, trying to be seen, trying to be heard, and just loud. She just loud and wrong, okay? She's definitely one of those people, okay, that's loud and wrong. So let's wake it up on Tamar Braxton. What is going on? What do you want us to know? She keep it up. We gonna have to shuffle the true crime cards on her. So at the bottom of it all, underneath it all, ooh, is the tower. Okay, but this is the tower in reverse. So the tower in reverse talks about avoiding tragedy, avoiding catastrophe, okay, or delaying it. There's a difference between avoiding and delaying, okay? But that's what this card is about, okay? That's at the bottom of the deck. We have the thief, okay? What is this, the seven? Yeah, the seven of swords. Now, this is in reverse, okay? And when it's in reverse, it talks about somebody stealing, lying, cheating, whatever, but they're going to get caught when it's in reverse, okay? This isn't upright, like somebody's just lying and cheating. This is somebody lying and cheating and is going to get caught, okay? That's the first card out, okay? Yeah, confessing, coming clean. So, now that everybody's looking, she got the attention she wanted, okay? Maybe people have been digging a little too deep than she wanted, and now she's going to have to come up and start telling what's really going on, okay? I'm pretty sure she's going to sprinkle some lies in that too. So we have, there we go, we have the 10 of Pentacles, okay? But it's in reverse. Now, Pentacles can be money, things, okay? Or it can be your health. It's in reverse, which means you broke, you're not in good health, okay, or you lost some stuff, okay, besides money, okay? So whatever it is, it's not good. Along with the thief in reverse, okay? Ooh, wait. So you done lost, bankruptcy. Okay, see, I was wondering. I believe in her last reading, I was saying, I wonder if she's going to file for bankruptcy like her sister did. Okay. We also have the King of Pentacles. Okay. So we have some male energy coming in, but he's in reverse. Okay. So he's broke too. He's broke too. However, it also states somebody who has a lack of common sense. Okay. So when you lack common sense, you know you're just dumb, right? Oh, that's not funny, y'all. Okay. Now we have the Hermit. Okay. Oh, no. Wait. I keep getting the Hermit. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. So there's a loss. There's missed opportunities, okay? There's grief. There is a loss. And this is coming in with the thief in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the King, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So now, not only that, you got, okay, the Five of Cups. You got 2 standing and 3 have been knocked over, okay? That's a loss. Whatever drinks was in that cup, you done lost them. Now we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. And so this one right here is someone who's emotionally immature, a female. Okay. A female. If it was the King of Cups, it would be a male. But this is a female who's immature, insecure, okay. Yeah. And who's lacking direction. So that definitely sounds like Tamar. Okay, with all that has been said and done with her this week, okay, That's her. So we know who the Queen of Cups is. We also coming in with the King of Cups. Now he's not in reverse. He's not emotional at all. Okay. He's got his head on right as far as the emotional aspect of it. He's got his head on right. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is, like I said, missed opportunities. Missed opportunities goes right on top of the Ten of Pentacles, okay, which signifies loss. Loss. Okay. So she was knocked in the head, okay, her teeth knocked out, she blanked out, okay. Is anything missing out of the apartment or wherever you were at, okay? And we got the food. Okay. So, I mean, literally. I'm taking this as literally. Okay. It sounds like she's been played like a piano. Foolish, careless, okay. And then we have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so instead of something coming in, something's going out. Okay, instead of something coming in, something's going out, which coincides with a loss. Okay, lost opportunities, lost money, whatever. Okay, it coincides. And then we have the Moon in reverse. So the secrets that have been hiding are going to come out. And that's right here on top of this emotional Queen of Cups. Okay. Yes, the one with the lack of direction. She's got a lot of reversals in here and a lot of, and it's not good. She has the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, this represents a immature man who's okay, this is okay, not immature, but this is a manipulator. This is a man who's manipulating, okay, and this is going on top of the King of Cups, okay. So the King of Cups is the manipulator, okay. He's not immature, but he's a manipulator. He's a heartbreaker. He's a one-night stand. Oh, he's a cheater. Now, you know, okay, this is all alleged. And this is all for entertainment purposes only. But the word on the curb is Mendices is a cheater. He's a manipulator. He's been running around on his girlfriend, Candy, his wife. I don't know what she is, okay? But he's been running around on her since day one, okay? So if Tamar is coming in with this man here, I wouldn't be surprised if this was Mendices. Uh-huh. Yep. I would not put it past, allegedly. Okay, they said they was just friends, okay, but you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Temperance, okay, patience, Anna, patience. Woo, we gonna get some balance eventually, because she way up here, okay, we down here. And then we have judgment. Okay. So there's going to be some judgment made. Okay. Well, there's already judgment going on. Okay. So that just lets you know that what the cards are saying is pretty much accurate, allegedly. Mm-hmm. Yep. but there's going to be judgment, decisiveness. And then we have the Ace of Swords, okay, which is, okay, if it was in the upright position, it would be the sword of righteousness, okay, the sword of the truth. But it's in reverse, okay. It means a lack of ideas, intellectual ability, but there's also lies, okay. There's lies up in here. See. Then we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse, okay. So eventually, there's going to be a release, okay? The blindfolds will be taken off, the ties will be undone, okay? And there will be a sense of release and taking control. I don't know how long it's going to last, but she'll be able to take control, okay? But see, a lot of people don't realize that when you lie and cheat, you're really giving up your control in a sense, okay? Because when the truth comes out, you can't always control when and where and how the truth is going to come out, when and how your lies are going to be kept, if they are kept. So you're giving up your power, okay? When you lie, cheat, and steal, you're giving up your power, okay? Just like if you go to jail behind it, you gave up your freedom, okay? So let's keep going. And we have the High Priestess. Ooh, okay. The High Priestess. And she likes to keep secrets, but she likes to tell secrets too. Okay. And you got to watch out for the High Priestess, because the High Priestess, okay, if she's a witch, she put that voodoo on you. She put that juju on you. So you got to watch the High Priestess, okay, especially when she's in reverse. This one is upright, okay. So she's going to have some spiritual insight, okay. She's still going to be holding on to some secrets. Even though she's getting a sense of release, she's going to be holding on to some secrets. In other words, she's not going to tell it all, okay. We have the Empress. We have the Empress, okay? Now, the Empress, okay, has a lot of ideas and creativity about her, okay? So, this could be about Tamar, or this could be someone around Tamar, because the Priestess is usually somebody who's older and wiser, okay? I mean, the Empress, excuse me, the Empress. The Empress is someone who's wiser, okay, more knowledgeable, more experienced than the High Priestess, who likes to keep secrets. Okay, see, this is what happens when you lie, you cheat, you steal. Okay, holding in secrets. You got sleepless nights, you got worry, you got depression, you got all that. Okay. Now, this could be this High Priestess, this mother of woman of maturity, could be Tamar's mom, and her mom may be worried. Okay, see, this girl is doing all this stuff, and her mom may be worried, keeping her mom up at night. Okay, keeping her mom up at night, or even her sisters, because I'm pretty sure that Tamar is doing things, okay, she thinks is a secret and her mama may not know, but they be knowing. They don't say nothing. They just sit up there and watch you, okay? And don't make them mad, because they'll watch you run into that wall. And when you come crying to them, they be like, you know how your mom talk about if you fall, what do they say? Don't run, okay, walk. What do they say? That's contradictory. Uh, if don't come crying to me. So okay, let me stop, because I can't remember. I'm just butchering it up. Okay, so now we have justice in reverse. Okay, so justice in reverse, okay, is another form of corruption or another form of karma. Okay, karma, and it's not good karma coming back on you. Okay, and then we have the magician in reverse. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this spread right here. Okay, and then we got the tower. Okay, in reverse. So it's just a bad situation all the way around for Tamar. Okay, but I want to get some clarity. Okay, I want um I want to spill some tea. What's this other one? Okay, yeah. I want to spill some tea on Tamar. Okay, here we go. And see, okay, because she just doing too much. Doing too much. Can you tell us about some more about Tamar? What do you want us to know? Okay, because she's got a lot going on. Okay, I don't know if she's having an affair with this married man. Okay, she's going around lying. Her name is all up in the sauce and not in a good way. Not in a good way. Okay. See, a lot of these people you got to watch because they may be presented in a positive aspect to the public, okay? But you got to remember, and a lot of times we don't, okay? You got to remember that they're not in a good light for the simple fact that they're in Hollywood, okay? And everybody in Hollywood that's got some kind of career, okay, that's in the public, that got hit songs, okay, they had to bow down to get them. Now, how far they had to bow? I don't know. How many rituals they had to attend? I don't know. But I'm just putting that out there, allegedly, okay? They didn't get it out the mud. Put it to you like that. They didn't get it out the mud. Okay? They sacrificed. It's not the same thing. What do you want us to know? Can you clarify this spread on Tamar Braxton? Can you spill tea on Tamar Braxton? Oh, I got 2 notifications. What's this? Oh, what time is it? It's 8:11, and is the store even open? We'll see. I don't even know if the store is open. I made a delivery uh, a couple hours ago, 5 something, and here it is, 8 something. Anyway, what do you want us to know? What do you want to clarify on Tamar Braxton? Mm-hmm. Okay, she needs an ego check. Okay, she needs to check her ego at the door. She's another one. Okay, crossing paths. She crossed paths with somebody. Okay, or she's about to. She's about to cross paths with someone from the past. No, not in the past. It's just an encounter. She's got a protective shell. That she's always wearing this protective shell. Okay, keeping her true emotions hidden. Okay, she's got inner conflict. Okay, she's got she's constantly conflicting within. And you know, a lot of these people in the industry, they're like that. But they're like that because they're doing things spiritually. You know, spiritually, okay? You doing things that's not kosher, it starts to mess with you and it messes with your mental. Okay? See what I'm saying? Especially when you're doing them they said those You get into the cults, you get into the rituals, even if you don't believe in them, okay, you don't participate in them, you don't surround yourself with them type of people, okay? All money ain't good money. Now look at you, okay? The cold shoulder. So she is either distancing herself or someone is distancing themselves from Tamar because she's not good. She's bad juju, okay? And testing the limits. Well, she didn't test the limits, and she didn't effed around and found out she missing teeth. Okay, now we have some authentic vibes, but I don't know who that's coming from. She'll eventually find someone who resonates with her. I don't know. Okay, I'm really not feeling that card for the simple fact she needs to be by herself. That's her problem. She's getting in with these people, and these people are infected, so to speak. They're infected with this what would I call it? She's got they're infected with this with these demons, okay, holding back. She be holding back and they be holding back, okay? They're all playing each other. It's a hot mess, okay? They want to protect their hearts, okay? But their hearts are screwed up as well as their mind, okay? See, there we go. Oh. Love triangle. Unspoken tensions. So, yeah, messing around with somebody's man, and you got a lot of unspoken tension because you can't say how you feel. You can't tell nobody what you feel because it's a secret. Rumor has it. Oh, yeah. That's right. Rumors are flying in your circle. Oh, man. That hit the spot right there. Okay. She's trying to spread positivity. I don't know how she's gonna do that with the missing teeth, okay, and that fractured nose. Okay, that's see, she's been pushing boundaries. She's been pushing boundaries. Yeah, and she's got around a bad influence. With the partial truth. See, I told you. Just like this, the high priestess, okay, and then we got the empress, okay, and I said she's holding back. We got the justice, but we got justice in reverse, okay. That's lies. That's not the whole truth, okay. Trying to bridge the difference, okay, but she's not gonna be able to do that, okay. Yep, her inner circle. Her inner and her outer circle, everybody talking, okay? And I think that maybe of this inner circle, she's feeling excluded. I think she's going to be excluded, okay, from the inner circle, okay? Nobody wants a woman that's gonna sleep with your man behind your back, okay? Nobody wants to be around a person like that. Okay, we here we go with the uncovered truth. Something is going to be revealed. Something is going to come uncovered. Okay, yeah, the group dynamics, people she hanging around. Okay, is going to shift. Okay, it's complicated. That's what she gonna tell them. It's complicated. Okay, but it's not. Leave me alone. It's not that complicated. Okay, and people in her group have been talking about apparently this situation with this man that is married to somebody else. So they already been suspecting. Okay, and there'll be an unexpected revelation. Releasing expectations and allow things to unfold naturally. Well, that would be your best bet because then you ain't got to lie. Just let them unfold. Yeah, she's going to have to make some new alliances, okay, because the ones she got now don't want to be bothered with. Okay, and this is going to be in the form of people who rally around Tamar, okay, and support her. These will be her new alliances, okay, for right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. Okay, because if the cards are correct and she's not gonna learn her lesson, okay, she's only gonna repeat them. Okay, you haven't learned the lesson, you're bound to repeat them. Simple as that. Okay, and she's had a lot of lessons because I watched her in the Braxton Values, the reality show, and Tamar and Vince, okay, in that reality show. And yeah, and is this around her birthday? Okay, what do we have here? Okay, no, okay, well, we'll see. I didn't order any snacks, but it's just a point. What I was doing, okay, was they if you order $60 worth of groceries, they give you $15 off on your next order. Okay, so that's why I did it because every time I can, I'm gonna order $60 anyway. But if I can get a deal, some kind of deal in the process, okay, you ain't said nothing but a word. Okay, so now let's go on. Next on the docket. Okay, next on the docket we have. Okay, now I haven't done a reading on him, but I'm going to do one now, and that's Lil Nas X. Okay, the one who's been running down up and down the streets of LA in his drawers. Now this is the wrong water. It's warm, and I was expecting cold. Now they said that he been running up and down the boulevard butt naked. Now I don't know about butt naked because when you're wearing your drawers, that's not naked, and it definitely ain't butt naked. Okay, he was walking down the streets of LA, which is only a couple of hours from me. Okay, in his little tidy whities and some cowboy boots. Okay, talking about the party and whatever he's talking. I want to see what's up with Lil Nas. Okay, I don't follow him. I don't know anything about him, but Old Town Road. Okay, the song, which was a remake. Okay, I don't know why these folks think that they're gonna go in. Okay, now you say that to say what? At least if you're gonna type some BS in the comment section, make it make sense. Okay, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You could have kept that to yourself. Anyway, moving on. Okay. I think my groceries are here. See if somebody's close by. Okay. Uh, so anyway, they also made a comment that he blamed Beyonce. I wanted to do a quick one on her too. I'll probably do another video separate for her because quite a few people have been blaming Beyonce about ruining their career. Okay. And everything's allegedly, okay? But I've been hearing that for years, okay? You ain't saying nothing new. I've been hearing that for years. And it's usually like when they say stuff like that, it's usually like they have been, because they got more money and more prestige, okay, than the next person, they're able to bump them off. They use their prestige to bump people off to get songs uh, or a gig that they were supposed to get. What was it like? Advertising usually has to like advertising and stuff like that. A big paying job, and they knocked him off. Is usually how it goes. I don't know. Let's check out Little Nas, okay? Athena. Let's see. What do you want to tell us about Little Nas? What's going on with his situation? Okay. Um, he just went a little bit off the hinges there. Okay. He was arrested. He was arrested. I don't know if he's still in jail for walking down the street. Okay. Will you get my groceries off the porch, please? Thank you. And singing songs and talking, to nobody. What's going on with him? What do you want us to know about Lil Nas? Okay. What do you want us to know? That must be somebody immature. Okay. That's somebody immature who wrote that. Really childish, okay, and immature. What do you want us to know about Lil Nas? Okay. Underneath it all is the Nine of Cups. Okay. So this seems like someone who's really emotional. Okay. Really emotional. Now, this right here also represents wishes coming true, whatever his wishes may be. But all those cups, they could be options, which means he has a lot of options. Okay. Or they could be emotions. He's very emotional. Or they could be both. Okay. The cards are vague. It could be one or all of it. Okay. So let's start off. We have the Two of Cups. So there's going to be some kind of agreement, a partnership. Okay. And hopefully it's positive, but there's some partnership, okay, coming his way. We also have what is this? The Five of Swords. Okay. So there's going to be a peaceful resolution to whatever's going on, whatever conflict. Okay. There's going to be a peaceful resolution. Okay. And he can move on. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen Money. That's Queen Money there. Okay. We got the Queen of Pentacles. So there is a mature, okay, it might be his mom, because they did speak with his mom, but there is a mature woman around him, okay? So he's starting off really good. Starting off really good, okay? And then we have the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups, okay, is bringing in some news. But if it's that fish, I don't know if that fish is fresh or if it's rotten, okay? Meaning the news will be good or bad. But this is an immature male, the Page of Cups. He's immature. He's a younger male. Nas is a younger male. How old is Nas? Is he in his 20s? Okay. We also have the Page of Wands. Okay. So there's some good news coming in. This is good news. Here's news. Okay. He's got a fishy in the cup, but I guess it's a fresh one. Okay. So he's going to get some good news if he hasn't already gotten it. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords, and she's all about the truth. She's all about, okay, keeping it real. Okay. Yeah. The Queen of Swords, upright. Yeah. She's keeping it real. We got some truth here. Okay. But she's also very candid. Okay. She gonna tell you the truth whether you like it or not. However, we have some betrayal here. So little Nas, he's gonna have to watch out because we got some betrayal. Okay. There's some backstabbing, betrayal. He's got some enemies out there. Okay. Oh yeah. So he's doing all good. Okay. And here comes the betrayal. Boom. Lay him out. Okay. We have the World in reverse. Okay. So whatever this betrayal is, okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. Gonna be disappointing. Okay. But it's not the end. Okay. We have the King of Wands. Okay. We got the Page of Wands. We got the King of Wands. Okay. He's energetic. He's an older male. He's an older male. Okay. He's strong. He's friendly. He's cool. Okay. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. He's cool. Okay. But he ain't happy. I don't know who this is to Nas. Okay. It might be a family member, but he's not happy. And I think, yeah, unhappy family. So it may be a family member is not happy. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Now this right here is in reverse. Otherwise, it would represent feeling left out in the cold. But it's in reverse. Okay. Now, this right here is a positive change. Okay. It represents the positive change. You got improvements. Some improvements coming in. Okay. And we got the improvement right here on top of the betrayal, the Ten of Swords. Okay. It's also right here in between. The Ten of Swords is in between the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So there's going to be some slow movement here. Missed opportunities. Okay. And yeah, something is coming in slowly. So your improvement may be slow. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay. This is a release of freedom. So whatever you have been conflicted or has kept you in odds with yourself, okay, you're gonna have a release. Okay, you're gonna have a release. We also have the burden of the Ten of Wands. Okay, and there's gonna be a lot of problems. Okay, this right here is overburdened and overloaded. But this right here in reverse doesn't mean that it's going to be lifted. It's saying that it's going to be even worse. So you're going to have a sense of release, okay, but you're going to be running into some problems. Let's see if we get a clarifier on them problems, okay. Um, see if we can get a clarifier. Let's look at this out of hand. Okay, I haven't used this in a while. Okay, this is out of hand. Okay, because apparently stuff has gotten out of hand. Can you clarify this? Okay, on Lil Nas, it's the Ten of Wands in reverse, right next to the not Eight of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords, both in reverse. Can you clarify it? What do you want us to know? Okay, can you clarify this for us? What do you want us to know about Little Nas and this insurmountable problems? Okay, justice. Okay, Eight of Wands. Okay, so there's some more action. Eight of Wands is well, I always draw a blank. Why do I draw a blank? Okay, okay, so he's gonna have he's gonna have some situationships. Okay, with this card right here. Okay, it's coming in fast. Okay, Eight of Wands. He's got whatever this insurmountable problems. Okay, justice is coming in fast. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So uh, we're gonna have some more uh, emotional upset. And I was wondering if that was going to be the case because he didn't already freaked out up here. Okay, he did already freaked out and he's got good news, but there's some trouble coming his way and it might set him back. Okay, yeah, Seven of Pentacles. So the seven of Pentacles, okay, it may be job related. He's working. Okay, see, this is the one that mixes me up. When you get these Seven of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles, okay, it messes me up. Okay, this is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is reaping what you sow. So apparently, reaping what you sow. And my intuition is giving me that he had did something. I don't know what it is, okay, but he's gonna get some justice is coming in, and it's gonna come in quickly, okay, and he's gonna be very emotional about it, okay. This may be an emotional setback, okay, and it's because he's gonna reap what he sows. You know, it's one of those situations where something happens to someone, okay, and you don't really know anything bad about the person. All you know, I mean, he's not. You don't know if he's really good, but you haven't really heard anything bad. And then all of a sudden, something happens. Something bad happens, okay, to make you think. I wonder what he did. Did he do something? Okay, that's what this gonna be. I wonder what he, you know what I'm saying? It just go across your mind. You know, something that just crossed your mind. I wonder, did he do something to cause this reaction? Okay, we got two more spaces. Let's check it out. Okay, so that's what this card is about. Yeah, so he's gonna stand, okay, stand up for his beliefs, okay? You gotta pick your battles wisely, though. That's one thing about this wand. This Seven of Wands, and what's that other one? The Six of Wands, okay? You gotta pick your battles wisely. And then we have the Hermit, okay? Now, the Hermit is like going off alone and looking within, okay? But it just came to me real quick, just as soon as I laid it down, okay, is that he may be doing this, he may be in this by himself. He may be in this standing up by himself. Let's look at the next four cards. That's my intuition. That comes quick. When something like that comes quick to me out of the blue, I usually go with that flow. Yeah, and he'll be making plans. Yeah, he'll have decisions to do. He can go this way or that way. He'll have some decisions, but he's got to figure it out. Okay, see? Betrayal. He got betrayal over here. With the Ten of Wands, he got betrayal. So, and this right here is, to me, the Three of Pentacles is like teamwork, okay? It's funny that it's the Three of Pentacles and it's the Three of Swords. Okay? Yeah. So it's going to be time for him to move on. Yeah. He's going to need to move on. Now, he's going to need to move on either to another place, okay, a better situation, whatever it is, he needs to move on, okay, to something calmer, okay, a calmer place, a calmer situation, okay, a calmer environment, whatever you want to look at it is. But he's gonna need to make that move because he's just got too much traction. I don't know what it is, okay. Let's see, let's spill some tea on him. I don't know what it is with Lil Nas, okay. I don't know, boo-boo, okay, but it ain't looking too good for you. Okay. Where did I, oh, here it is, okay. Yeah. I need to throw this out of hands deck on him because yeah, it's gotten out of hand. It looks like it's getting out of hand for him. It really is. Okay. I wonder should I yeah, let me do this. Okay. I'm gonna throw some cards. We're gonna do it out of hand. Cause yeah, this is we gonna clarify. Okay. Can you give us some more insight on Lil Nas and his situation? Because from the spread I have here, it's not looking too good. It starts off and he's cool, and then all of a sudden, now here's the thing: if I have to go in time, okay, in time he started off good, okay, he started off good. Oh yeah, good news, okay, and yeah, we got good people, okay, but then somebody betrayed him. He's got betrayal. He was doing good until he was betrayed. He was backstabbed. Okay. And that might be what has triggered him. Okay. And we have the world card in reverse saying that it's not over. And how do we know it's not over? Because as we come further down, okay, we have betrayal again. So the cards is telling you it's not over. We got a heavy burden, okay, that's in reverse, so it's gonna be insurmountable. I don't know, honey. It may be some ew. He may be into some stuff coming out on Lil Nas. I don't know. Let's see if we can get some more insight, okay. Oh, now that card popped out. And I don't do pop outs, but I do look at the card. So okay, we have the Four of Cups that popped out, flew, and then went on the floor. Okay, and the Four of Cups is uh, not liking, not liking the offer that's being presented to you. Okay, see how he's got the remote in his hand, like he's changing the channels. He's got his cup in his hand. He's changing the channels. He's not liking okay what he sees. Okay, he's trying to find something, a selection, and he's not liking it. Okay, so that's what that says. That's the pop out. Okay, but we're gonna move on from the pop outs. But yeah, he's not liking the offers that are presented to him. But see, the thing about it is, if he's smart, and if any of them is smart, okay, the offers that's presented to him, even though he doesn't like the offer, okay, maybe he could change, be creative and change that offer into something more presentable, more likable. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So, can you clarify this whole spread on Lil Nas? What do you want us to know about Lil Nas? Because we think he's in trouble. Lil Nas. Lil Nas X. Okay. He gonna take that horse down the Old Town Road, but I don't know, they might jack the horse. Forget Nas, they gonna take the horse. That's right. So what's going on? What do you want us to know? What do you want to clarify on Lil Nas? Okay, because it's getting out of hand. It really has. Okay. So underneath it all is the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is what this card looks like for the Queen of Wands. Okay. But it's in reverse. This card comes with no explanation. This card is more look at it, okay, and what do you get a feeling for? Okay. Ooh. Now look at this. Okay. She's not laying cards. She's doing spells. Okay, got the black cat there. Okay, this is in reverse, so it's even worse. Okay, but casting spells, that juju. Now, somebody has put some bad juju on him, or he's been into the juju. Okay, we have the King of Cups in reverse. So, this is someone who is emotionally immature. And that would make sense as to why he's running up and down the street in his drawers. Okay, say, instead of handling like a man. Okay, he wants to be emotional. We have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the Eight of Cups, okay, it looks like I'm trying to get a vision of the Eight of Cups. Okay, because it looks like he's keeping four and he's throwing the other four away. Okay, he's keeping half and he's throwing the other half away. And there's still something in the cups. Okay. So there may be I don't know if this is missed opportunities, but he's not feeling it. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. So the Seven of Cups is delusion and illusion. Okay. And right here, okay, is a moment of clarity. He's having some clarity right there. It's in reverse. So he's getting a moment of clarity. He's also got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. So some good karma coming out of this. Okay. But see, that's what we got up there. Starting off good. Okay. Let's keep going. And then we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So this is conflict, but he's avoiding it. Okay. It's in reverse. Okay, so there's going to be some conflict that he's able to avoid. That could be what's going on now. Okay. Okay, no, I'm thinking of the Five of Wands. The Five of Swords. I'm gonna have to look that up again. Okay, the Five of Wands would be conflict. Okay. Yeah, it's conflict. Five of Swords. Okay, so the conflict. Okay, he's avoiding the conflict. Okay, there's going to be some disagreements, and he's going to move around the disagreements and avoid them. Okay, so that's what we got. Oh, there go another card. You fell on the floor. Whew, I can't keep bending over like this. I'm out of shape. Sheesh. Okay. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. I don't know if it's upright or if it was reversed. It fell on the floor. Okay. We're going to read it in the upright position. Excuse me. Okay, this is about. Okay, I got to look at what I'm looking at here. Okay, now the Seven of Swords is about betrayal and deception. Okay, there we go. See, what it is okay, I have to, my memory, I'm so used to looking at the regular tarot cards, so I haven't fully just memorized by sight. Okay, I'm too old for all that. Okay, so I have to have help. Okay, But these cards that don't have anything on it, they do help me in my memory. Okay. So the Seven of Swords, okay. Somebody is trying to get away with something, somebody is lying. Okay. You know, the thief in the camp. Okay. There's betrayal. Okay. And we have the King of Swords. Okay. We have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords here. Okay. He's busy working. He cutting somebody's hair. Okay. Yeah, somebody's in the chair. Okay, so he's busy working. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles usually represents, well, the Pentacle represents money, health, or something. Okay, but it's in reverse. So that is a loss. So that's a loss of something, bad health, okay, or things, possessions, okay, a loss of possessions. Whatever it is, it's a loss. It's not good, okay. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So the balance, okay, that you're trying to seek, okay, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a struggle for him to keep his balance, okay. And we have the Lovers, okay. The Lovers could mean, for me, it could mean agreement, okay. It's not in reverse, so it could be an agreement. It could be a meeting of someone that could be a lover, a friend, a family member, okay? But they're in agreement, okay? However, we have the Devil. Now, the Devil is in reverse. That doesn't make it good because it's in reverse, okay? The Devil is the devil, okay? And the devil's in the details. So there's some bad juju in this whole layout. There's some bad juju because the devil's always in the details. And the Lover's card, the agreement, okay, it's not good. The balance, it's not good. And then we have the King of Swords, okay. Uh, the devil in reverse, he laying on the King of Swords, who's good at work cutting hair, okay. So if the devil is laying on it, don't get your hair cut, okay. Don't get your hair cut, bad choo-choo. And we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is wishes fulfilled. No, that's the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles is happiness, okay? It's abundance, but it's in reverse, so it is broke. It's broke. It's a loss, okay? We have the World card. Here we go. We have the World card in this other layout, and it's in reverse as well, which means it's not over. It's not over. For Lil Nas, it's not over. We have the Three of Wands, okay? I believe he got the Three of Wands in this one too. Did he get the Three of Wands or was it the Two of Wands? Okay, but the Three of Wands, okay, is, oh yeah, he looking to leave. This guy looked like he's packing. He looked like he's packing his stuff. He's ready to go somewhere, okay? But this is in reverse, so he ain't going nowhere, okay? He's not going anywhere. He wants to, but he's not, okay? And we have the High Priestess. She liked to keep the secrets, okay? So we got some secrets. And remember I told you that juju she was doing? Okay, she liked to do that juju, casting spells. She liked to cast them spells. Okay, we have the, what was that High Priestess? Oh, that was another day. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so now we're getting a lot of reversal cards. Okay, the Eight of Wands in reverse. He's not going to be victorious. Okay, he's not going to be victorious in whatever it is he's doing. It's a no-go. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, so the Five of Cups is missed opportunities, but his is in reverse. Okay, so it may be good news instead of bad news. Let me look at the Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse. Ooh. Now this says, depends on how you read the cards. Everybody reads their cards different. And these Five of Cups, this is the first I heard of this, but it's interesting. Okay. In reverse means that you did somebody wrong. Okay. Now the Five of Cups upright, you missed opportunities. Okay. Somebody did you wrong, but it's in reverse. So you did somebody wrong. Oh, okay. That kind of putting an explanation, a clarification or something on why you getting this revenge and you getting backstabbed, okay, is because you did somebody wrong. Bet you ain't gonna tell that. Hmm. Okay. And then we have the justice in reverse again. Okay. So there's going to be an injustice. You did somebody wrong. Yeah. So now you got an injustice coming. Karma. You got injustice coming in the form of karma. Okay. And we have the Six of Wands. Okay. In reverse. So this right here is about held in high honor. Okay. But this is in reverse. So the honor that you want to be highly rated, held up high, it's not going to happen. Not right now. Not with these cards. Okay. And then we have the hangman. Okay. But we have it in reverse. So what it is that he's being stubborn. He refuses to look at things in a different perspective. You're going around, you're doing people wrong, okay, and now you're getting your juju, okay, you're getting your karma, but you don't want to see it like that. You just want to be mad and be immature, like the cards say, and get emotional about it instead of just chalking it up like, what goes around comes around. Instead of see, this is what happens when you don't recognize karma. You're gonna repeat it again. And I'm gonna leave it at that on Lil Nas, okay? Because he started to get on my nerves. Say, the cards done told all your business once again. Okay, you did somebody wrong. You're getting justice in a karmic way. You're getting your just desserts, okay? And you don't like it. See, that's a perfect example. It's a perfect example of when you owe somebody, when somebody owes you and you pay them their money. But when you owe them, they want to have a hissy fit. They want their money now. I told you I was going to pay you on Monday. Well, man, I need my money now. Okay. See, but when you owed them, you had to wait. Perfect example. And I'm gonna leave it at that. They didn't spill all. See, I told you it was out of hand. Whatever it is, it was out of hand. I knew it was gonna get to the truth eventually. Okay, so whatever it is he did to somebody, he knows what he did. Okay, and that's all that needs to be said. Okay, next on the docket. Let's see who's next. Okay. We did Tamar. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do Diddy, and then we're gonna go over to. We're gonna move over to true crime. Okay. I don't want to keep y'all long, but we're gonna do Diddy. Okay, and then we're moving over to true crime. Okay. What can you tell us about Diddy's situation? Okay, because I heard that once again he's in jail. Oh, they said that I don't know how true it's alleged. Okay, but nevertheless, they said that somebody tried to attack P Diddy in the jail. Okay, and he's scared and he's worried and all this kind of stuff. Oh my God, I don't like to laugh at people's misfortunes. Okay, I'm not laughing, but I am just like eating this up, okay? I'm like talking about karma. He in there getting his karma, the same thing that he's doing to people, threatening, okay, and bullying them. Now he's getting the same dose of his own medicine. And it is not tasting good at all. Ah! He trying to spit it out. But life is going to make him eat it. Watch. What's up with Diddy in the jail? Screaming and howling. Okay? What do you want us to know? Okay? This week we're doing a weekly recap, and we would like to know what's up with Diddy. Okay? This past week that he's being attacked. Okay? He's lying, I mean, and he doesn't have to do anything to anybody. They could just attack him because, they like to get prestige because they're all about a lot of those gangs with that gang mentality is in that men's jailhouse in the prison. Okay. And I mean, Diddy, he's worth a lot of points. See, that's one thing about being a celebrity in prison. Okay. Yeah, so somebody gets him, okay, they move up some notches, okay. So what can you tell us? What do you want us to know about P. Diddy and his situations, okay? What's going on with him? And I heard them little girls of his is acting a fool and got kicked off the rides, okay, because they wouldn't follow orders. Here we go. At the we got the Knight of Swords. Underneath it all, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so there's some big changes / opportunities. Okay, he needs to seize the moment, jump in. Okay, and get on the bandwagon if he can. Okay, but that's underneath it all. Right now, he's a little stuck. Okay, he's a little stuck with the Two of Swords right there. Okay, he's at a stalemate. Okay, he's sitting on the fence about something. Okay, maybe we'll find out in this spread. Okay, let's keep going. Right here we have the Knight of Pentacles, but he's not moving. Okay, so something is coming Diddy's way, but it's coming slowly. Okay, I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's help. Okay, or health as in healing, because this is upright, as in healing, or a message. Okay, some good news. I don't know what it is, but it's coming. But it's coming slowly. The horse is not moving. Okay, we have the Hermit. Okay, in reverse. So he's coming out of that shell. And I got the same thing on the last time I read on him. He's coming out of that shell of isolation and feeling by himself. Okay. We also have the Hangman in reverse, though. Okay. He refuses to look at it in another perspective, okay? He's not interested, he's not content with the situation, but he's not looking at it in another perspective, okay? Just like his situation in jail, okay? He sees that as a bad situation. However, the jailhouse says a lot of lies, and it could be saving his life, and he don't even know it. But he don't want to look at it that way. Okay, we have a King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there we go with the immature emotions. Okay, immature emotions, feeling overwhelmed. hmm Because he's a thief. There it is. There, he's a thief. Okay, we have a thief in the house. Okay, his deceit, his lies, his trickery, okay, his cheating, his stealing, his underhanded scheming, which has got him in this situation that he's in. That's why, right here on the Two of Swords, that's why he's stuck. We have the Strength card, though. We have the Strength card, okay? But who has the strength, though? Is it the lion or is it the lady, okay, that's holding the lion? Who's really got the strength here, though? See? Who's got the inner strength? He's trying to be brave, okay? Even though he's a cheat, a liar, okay, and a thief. We have the Tower in reverse. So there's a catastrophe that he's going to avoid, okay? He's also, it says with this card, is resisting change. He doesn't want to change. Okay. That sounds more like it. But they said they tried to attack him in jail. And he avoided that. I think not only did he avoid it, he delayed it. Because somebody trying to get at you, they're going to try to get at you again. They missed this opportunity. They're going to wait for another opportunity or somebody else. Okay. But he's resisting the change. Okay. We also have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. So he is giving up and admitting defeat. He's admitting defeat, and I think he's admitting defeat in the form of they won't let him get bail, and he realize he's just not going to get bail. So now he's going to start crying and saying they after him. Okay, and we have a Page of Swords. Okay, in reverse. So there's going to be some bad news coming his way. Bad news coming his way. We also have the Six of Swords, okay, in reverse, okay? So he wants to move on. See that? He wants to move on. But it's in reverse, so he ain't going nowhere, okay? There's trouble coming out of the frying pan into the fire. He has a lack of progress. Right there. Stuck, stealing, and can't move, can't go nowhere. We also have the Four of Cups in reverse for Diddy. For Diddy in reverse, okay? So he wants to end his stagnation. He's motivated. He wants to move forward, but he can't. He can't. Okay. He has the strength. We got strength. He has the strength to move forward, but he can't. Everything's moving slowly. There we go. With the Ten of Wands, he's got a burden. Okay. He's definitely got a heavy burden. He's overloaded, okay? But he's overloaded with his own problems, okay? This is something that he caused, okay? So it's nobody putting juju on him. He's his own juju. And he's on top of the tower. Look at that. And the hermit in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords, okay? So the truth. He needs to come out with the truth. He needs some new ideas, some new plans. He needs some new everything, okay? But instead, he's left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. He's going to be experiencing financial hardship, okay? We have the Sun. Is this the, yeah, the Sun is in reverse, okay? So instead of shining a light on you, okay, it's going to put you in darkness. It's going to put you in darkness while you're stuck. We have Temperance in reverse, okay? You're ready to move on, okay? You have the strength, but, okay, you're being too impatient. You need to be, this needs to be upright, but it's in reverse, okay? He's too impatient. And then we have Death. We have Death in reverse, okay? It's the end, okay? If this were upright, if Death were upright, this would be endings and new beginnings, but it's reversed. That means you have no new beginnings. It's just the end for you. Doesn't necessarily mean death, okay? But it means that that come up that you think you're gonna get, it ain't gonna happen. It's the end for you, okay? You're stuck. The sun is going down on you, okay? You're impatient, okay? But it's the end. So this is what you are rushing to. You're rushing to over here to the death card. You're rushing over here to the death card. You're rushing to the dead end road. Okay, this is the dead. It's not the fork in the road. This is the dead end. Okay, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so we're gonna be very emotional, very upset, very upset. Okay, and there go the Queen of Cups. Okay, so this is a mature, emotional female. Okay, which is probably might be your mama. Okay, she gonna be emotional too, but he's gonna be really upset. Okay, because like he's right next to the death card, she gonna be emotional too. She just too she right next to him, right next to the death card. It's just over. Okay, so what that means for Diddy, I really don't know. Everything is alleged for your entertainment purposes only. But what I will tell you is that I think that he may get a longer sentence. Okay, so he's not going to get that chance to make a recovery like he hopes to do. Okay, because the longer you're out of the picture, okay, the harder it is for a comeback, unless, okay, somewhere down the road, maybe, okay, as things change, you may hop onto something that may be good and may become popular. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But we're going on to Giovanni Pelletier in the true crime. Okay, we are got some updates on Giovanni. Um, the cousins. Okay, matter of fact, I don't know. There's conflicting on the cousins. They said it was two cousins. Then it went down to one cousin and two people he brought with him. Okay, and they had some weed, and he began to get paranoid. Okay, and started tripping out in the car. Okay, so they all got out the car, and it shows Giovanni uh, running on the freeway, the road, or whatever you want to call it, almost got hit by a truck. And that is what the gentleman said. One of the gentlemen said that he had took off. He almost got hit by a truck. Okay. They also have another picture of Giovanni running down the embankment, off the road, running down the embankment, okay, where the pond is located, where they found him. Okay. Doesn't You don't see anybody chasing Giovanni, okay? Now they're saying something about a sundown town, okay? This is a sundown town. I don't know. That was the first I heard about that was today, and that is no black people are allowed out roaming the streets after dark, after the sun goes down, okay, or they'll kill them, something like that. I don't know. Doesn't show anybody chasing him, nor does it show any foul play. Okay, but that's because too is it could be the decomposition because it's hot and he was found decomposing. Okay, so you can't just look at him and tell that he something happened to him. Okay, now I will say that I'm gonna like my smudge again. Okay, I will say that they still haven't come back with the toxicology reports. Okay, because the only thing about that is what kind of weed was y'all smoking? Okay, because weed ain't gonna just make you just get off. Weed will make you paranoid, but that's kind of okay. I wouldn't want to be paranoid. Okay, if you are paranoid, going off on somebody and running into traffic trying to get away is not my idea of being paranoid. Okay, I'd be too scared to do all that. Okay. I'm just gonna have to be scared until we get to our destination. But I'm not hopping out in no car, running down the street at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Okay, so I don't know. It's basically what I'm saying. Okay, that's the story they're coming out with, but I don't know. Okay, I am waiting to see what the toxicology reports do say. Okay. Because it sounds more like the weed was laced. Okay. See what I'm saying? The weed could have been laced. Now, it could have been laced, and I don't even know if the cousins even smoked the weed. Okay. Maybe it's something that they handle. It could have been something that they lace it with. Okay. Right. But not everybody can handle whatever it is that they laced it with, if it was laced. Say, so I'm gonna go in with the gold cards at first, and then we're gonna come up with the true crime as a clarifier. Okay. And we'll end it on Giovanni. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what do you want to tell us about Giovanni Pelletier and his death? Okay. There's more information, and they seen him running down the road. Okay. Almost got hit by a truck. They see him running down the embankment, and he was running so fast down that embankment. Okay, he fell. Okay, but like the people said, why would you leave him like that, knowing that he was in that state of mind? Okay. I mean, you could have pulled over in your car and just let him whatever, okay, and hopefully he'll calm down and you could go over there and approach him and put him back in the car. But just to drive off and leave that man in the middle of nowhere, okay, maybe they all was spooked, okay. Maybe they all was food. Now, something like that, I would tell you like this, okay, but it's not marijuana, okay. I've had some people do something like that, okay, a couple of times in my life, okay, and that's a scary thing, especially if you're doing wrong. If you are doing wrong, you're doing something wrong. That's some reason why I was scared, okay. But if you're doing something wrong and somebody you getting high and somebody just boop, take off, leave the door open, honey, and run it down the street, I'm like, oh my God, okay, clean up, okay. I know the police gonna see this fool, okay. It's scary, okay. However, I haven't been on the road like that and had somebody do that to me, okay, in a vehicle and take off running down the road. But it is a jaunting thing, okay, especially if it's not expected, okay. So, what can you tell us about Giovanni and the current information? Can you elaborate some more on Giovanni? What do you want us to know? What do you want us to know? Giovanni Pelletier, okay, vacationing in Florida. What do you want us to know? Excuse me. Underneath it all, okay, is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and this right here talks about gifts and generosity. Okay, this is one of the cards that is not in there the right way. Okay, this is one of my typos. Okay, I have like 2 or 3 typos in this deck, and but if it was upright, it would talk about gifts and generosity. Okay, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. This talks about where, okay, in the upright, it talks about gifts and generosity, okay? However, in reverse, it talks about that the generosity or the gifts is done in a way to control somebody. So, in other words, the motives are not right, okay? That's what this is talking about, okay? Yes, it's used as a form of manipulation or to control you. So they may have thought that they were going to manipulate this man or control him, and it backfired. Mm, that's interesting. Okay, so whatever whatever it was that was being given, okay, it wasn't being given out of the generosity of a person's heart, okay, it was to manipulate. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles, okay, right here. The Nine of Pentacles is financial stability and profit. Now, I said this before. I wonder, did he have money on him? Okay. And they're not saying, okay. And we also have the Ten of Wands, which is a burden, okay, or um, a problem in moving forward. Okay, there's stress, there's problems moving forward. So there was some stress. Yeah, it was a battle. It was a battle. We have the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so he was being bullied, or okay, he was trying to bully. He was being bullied, or he was trying to, okay, to be a bully. And then we have the eight. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So somebody was broke. Somebody was broke. Somebody was broke. And I wonder, did that weed, said they was smoking weed, okay, and he got paranoid. I wonder, was that weed used to manipulate, okay, right? And what I mean by that is, they said they were smoking weed. They picked him up and they were smoking weed, okay? So now, you got to pay for that weed you just smoked, okay? Yeah, you got to pay for that, man. What? Okay. That has happened. That's how I got the idea. Okay. Yeah, people be doing that. Hmm. So now we have a Six of Cups. Okay. In reverse. Growing up, maturity, leaving home. Now he was only 18. Okay. And he called himself going somewhere on his own to meet his father's side of the family. Okay. And the end, there's the world card. That's where it ended. It was completed. So it sounds like there was a struggle. Okay. And I'm seeing these pinnacles right here. And I'm wondering if it was about money. Okay. If it was about money. His not only was he out of the car, okay, but they put his backpack and his phone on the side of the road. Now that's put out. I don't know if you realize that, but that's put out. Okay. We have the Fool in reverse. Okay. There we go. He took a risk. Okay. That was a risk. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay. Now this talks about forgiveness and moving forward. We have the Hangman in reverse though. Okay. He's not hanging. He's in reverse. Okay. So he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with the situation. Okay. And it was impulsiveness. Okay. We have the Sun in reverse. Definitely was darkness. He running in the dark. He was impulsive. If that's the case, everything's alleged. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So what would be a celebration, okay, which is coming true, end up, okay, being shattered dreams, devastation. And this is on top of the world card, okay, where it shows a lack of fulfillment. So it may have been, and usually in a boy, a young boy's, okay, life, okay, who hasn't seen their father, that usually is their dream, okay, until they can get some other dreams. But when they turn 18 and they're able to move the way on their own and when they want to and how they want to, that's the first thing, okay, one of the first things they seek out is the father. Okay, so that might have been his dreams, okay, to see his father, but the dream was shattered. Okay, it was shattered. And we have temperance in reverse. So there was some hastiness, okay, some imbalance, something, yeah. And that's the same imbalance, self indulgence, that's the same as being high, okay, and the food, yeah. And then being left out in the cold, how they put him out the car, where he jumped out the car, but the fact that they put his stuff on the side of the road, they left him out in the cold, so to speak. Okay, they left him out in the cold. Okay, so it was defeat. He was defeated. Right. He was defeated, so he walked away. Well, he ran away, and they have it on camera. He was defeated. Okay, so he took off. So, like I said, up in here, there may have been some kind of struggle. Okay, and he knew he was defeated. So he took off. We have the King of Swords. I mean, the Knight of Swords, excuse me, the Knight of Swords, okay? Okay. So this right here talks about big changes, okay? Jumping in, okay, whether he's coming or going, okay? Coming or going, he took off. He was defeated. He took off. And then we have the Page of Swords, okay, in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it was it was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. Yeah, see, because there was supposed to be some type of reunion, okay, uniting with the family, okay, here. Um, Coming home, a celebration, surprise parties, yeah. Okay. And we have the King of Swords. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, this right here is the king, okay, of justice, of righteousness, this king of swords, okay? And it looks like that he may have been looking forward to seeing Giovanni, okay? Because we have happy families, happy reunions, okay? So he was looking forward to seeing Giovanni, okay? But it was disappointing. He got disappointing, bad news, okay? At the same time, okay, he's got bad news, okay? It was a bad idea for Giovanni to take off running, okay? So And then what was my bottom card? Okay. The bottom card was the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. So they didn't do him right. So let's go in with some true crime. Okay. And get some clarification and see what I just told you, how much accuracy or if any, or clarification that we can get from this spread here on Giovanni Pelletier. What do you want us to know? What else do you want to know or clarify on Giovanni here? Okay? What else do you want us to know on Giovanni? I wonder, should I go in with another? Okay. The reason why I'm saying that is because these cards are making me feel that this spread right here is making me feel that it could have been an accident to an extent. I still feel that when he got into the car, okay, that there was an altercation and it wasn't a good one, okay? And it led into him feeling defeated, feeling insecure, okay, feeling the need to run, okay, from these people. And the way that they left his stuff on the road like that, okay, tells me that they were fine with his decision to take off and run, knowing that boy didn't know where he was at. Because I'm pretty sure his cousin was familiar that this boy was visiting Florida, okay, which means he doesn't know Florida because he lived in North Carolina, and that he was going to see the grandfather. See his apparently, I'm pretty sure from my understanding that he was going back and forth with these people, the cousins, online, okay, and said that he's going to North Carolina, and the cousin like, oh, that's only 2 hours from us. We come pick you up, okay, and bring you out here to meet granddad. You know what I'm saying? You know how the conversation goes. I mean, just a regular schmegler conversation, and it makes sense. Yeah, okay. So what can you tell us about the situation with Giovanni Pelletier, okay, and clarify some of the information surrounding his death, okay? What do you want us to know on Giovanni Pelletier, 18 years old? It said it's a cover-up, okay? So the situation that happened, it's a cover-up. They're saying jealousy. That's what the cards are saying. Now, I don't know the conversation that was back and forth online, okay? Because you know kids like to brag, okay, and stuff like that, okay? And to somebody else, it may look another way, okay? They may not just see it as bragging. So maybe they thought he actually had whatever he said he had. He had it like that. Maybe he does have it like that, but they decided that they were going to rob him. And this is dating. This came up before. He does have a girlfriend, okay? And I wonder, well, I don't know. Okay. He was traveling. See? He was traveling. But the first thing the card that came up wants us to know that it was a cover-up. Okay? They already talked about this. There was a meeting. So this was already discussed. Social media, okay? I told you they was talking on social media. They may have discussed this on social media, okay? This meeting right here, may have had a meeting, okay, discussing, okay, on how they were going to cover this up, what they were going to do, and how they were going to cover it up, okay? And the mind control, that may have where the weed came in, okay? That may have been where the weed came in. Say, we're gonna get him to smoke this weed, okay, and do whatever we're gonna do, okay, and woo, and then we'll say that he was on weed and he got paranoid and he took off. See what I'm saying? That could be it. We have something of strangulation, okay, but the thing about it is, because his body was so decayed, they just can't see strangulation. And the thing about it is, if the bone, you could be strangled without breaking the bone. And if the bone wasn't broken, then strangulation, they're not going to see strangulation, okay? Unless, if they don't see marks on you, okay, or some telltale sign that you were strangled, they're not going to include that, even though you were strangled, okay? But you got to remember the body was decomposed, okay? So whatever marks he had, if he had any marks on him, they may have corroded, rotted off. Okay, it says fire. Now, in some way, there was a fire included in this, okay? And it may have been to burn evidence. It's laying here on the cover-up in the meeting. So I take it that it could be to cover the evidence that they may have had. We have burial, okay? Some of the evidence may have been buried. We have imprisonment, okay? So I don't know if somebody felt imprisoned. Maybe Giovanni felt imprisoned in the situation and he's being in that car and he had to get out and he felt the need to escape. So he took off running, okay? And two is maybe they're going to go to jail, okay? Or maybe somebody is already in jail. I don't know. And we have a landfill, okay? Now this right here tells me that something was thrown in the garbage, okay? And the thing about it is, by the time that they found Giovanni, okay, and decided to do an investigation, the evidence had already been burned, already been buried, and already thrown out in the trash. And the trash was taken out. Okay. Organized crime. Okay. So this may be something that they have done before. Okay. So that would definitely put it into organized crime. And they had a meeting about it, they met up about it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's organized. It's a crime and it's organized. Okay. So there was an accident. Okay. There may have been an accident that they had that has not been connected yet. Okay. Or they may know and they're holding their cards to their chest, the police. We also have water. Now, Giovanni was found in the water. Okay. Submerged in the water. And then we have a gift or a package. Okay. So this package may have been thrown away. A man-made disaster. Yes, that would be a man-made disaster if man had something to do with it. Okay, yeah. And I don't know, but somebody killing somebody, okay, that's a disaster to me. Serial killer. It's been done before. Maybe the police have not put it together because it's been well planned, it's been well covered up. Okay, yeah, it's been hidden. We also have a parking lot, okay? A parking lot or a parking garage. A parking lot or a parking garage. We also have a tunnel. Now, this could be involved or it's telling me something that I'm not really connected to. And then a desert. Okay. So the desert, I don't know if that could represent a place or the fact that it was hot and the sun beaming. Okay. And how long, how many days was it hot in the sun beaming on that body? Okay. And causing, and the warmth, the heat, causing the body to corrode even faster. And then we have a hotel and a motel. That might have been somewhere where they went before they went straight home. And then we also have the beach. Okay. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Because I'm not feeling a connection anymore. I'm not feeling my intuition kicking in. The beach may or may not have a play in this. Okay. But what I'm looking at is that it could have been an accident because it's made to look like an accident. Okay. But at the same time, okay, my true crime is telling me that it's a cover up. And okay, now that I think about it, okay, didn't okay, up my tuition just kicked back in. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you. What's sticking out to me. Okay, tell you what's sticking out to me. What's coming to me. Okay. Hold on. But I don't know why I want to say this card, but this is something about dating. I don't know. He has a girlfriend. I don't know if she has anything to do with it. Okay. I don't know. I don't know where she's from. Okay. But I think that they better look into everybody's background. Okay. She might be from Florida. Okay. So here we go with the story. Okay. These other cards, okay, I could put them in too, but okay, uh, they're not as important. They don't jump out to me as much. Okay. And this card keeps jumping out to me because I want to put it with the don't mean nothings, but it's like, okay, I feel hesitant to do so. Okay. Now, this right here is what's sticking out to me. This first card, okay, that came out that says a cover up, okay, and I believe the cover up is the accident, okay. Giovanni, uh, yeah, they find him running and all this kind of stuff, make it look like an accident, Okay. In other words, not a car accident. Didn't get hit by a car. He could have got hit by a car. Okay. But instead, he ended up in the water. Okay. He was hidden for a few days. Okay. I also feel that they're really hiding, could be hiding the truth. Okay. They could be hiding the truth. Okay. I also feel this stands out because I do feel like they burned some of the evidence, like clothes and stuff like that that they wore. I also feel that they had a meeting, and it could have been via social media. Okay, but they were going back and forth on social media. But I do feel like they had a meeting. Okay, this was planned. Okay, there we go. That's the word. As far as the meeting, I feel like this was planned. Okay, and the weed was a form of mind control. Okay, and he could have been strangled. It may show him running on tape and nobody chasing him. But if you look at the tape, you can also see the trees are blocking the camera. Somebody could have been running. Maybe they know it's a camera there. Okay, but if somebody was chasing him, they may not have been seen by the camera because the trees were blocking it. Okay, so they could have caught up to him and strangled him. Maybe. Okay, we're all alleged. I also believe that something was thrown in the garbage. Okay, and ended up in the landfill. Okay, they were traveling. Definitely plays a role. They were traveling. Okay, not only does this man have is traveling down the road, but as you can see, he has on a backpack. Okay, he has on a backpack. He was found in the water, and in the video where he was running across the field down the ditch, that was the water down there. Okay, I also feel that there was some jealousy involved. Okay, they're not going to tell you they're jealous. Okay, because definitely these are men. They're not going to tell you they're jealous. They're not going to admit jealousy. Whether they're jealous or not, they are not going to admit it anyway. Okay, that's what I feel it could be a scenario. Okay, now what about the sundown? Okay, what about the sundown theory? Okay, the sundown theory could have been the same thing. Okay, that would put it in organized crime because apparently, okay, and serial killer. I also, if that's the case, these people have been in prison before. Okay, but I can also add these cards to that. Okay, I can add these cards to this pile if I was looking at the sundown and maybe they got a hold of him. But my thing about it is at that time of night, okay, um, would they even see him? Okay, would they even see him at that time of night? So there's definitely something that needs to be said in this situation. I feel, okay, I feel that it was a man-made disaster. Okay, it was a man-made disaster. Now, what if everything they're saying is true? Okay, what if everything they're saying is true? Okay, I still feel like they have some fault for the simple fact that they brought the weed, they picked him up, they brought the weed, okay, so they say, because Giovanni didn't have no weed. They even have that on the phone, okay, where he was talking about weed and he said he hadn't smoked weed in a long time, okay. And I don't know if Giovanni was on probation and had to submit to a drug test? I don't know. But he said he hadn't smoked weed in a long time, okay? And yeah, he was down for it. So they definitely knew that they could get this man under the influence via smoking. Okay. Something just tells me that there's just more to the story. I know that they show him running down the embankment. I know they show him running across the road, almost getting hit by the truck. But I think there's more to the story because it's too easy to say that that man got paranoid and started tripping out, and took off like that. Okay. But at 1 something in the morning, okay, 2 something in the morning, okay, if you're paranoid, okay, it's one thing, but I don't think a paranoid person would jump out of the car at night and take off unless there was some imminent danger. I just don't see it, okay? That's just not logical. But I digress. Everything's election. Hope you enjoyed this. Okay. Ooh, I've been on here for more than 2 hours. But I enjoyed myself. Give the video a thumbs up. Any comments or requests you have, leave them down below in the comment section. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because there's going to be more. But most of all, stay blessed. Bye.